Hey everybody. I don't know why I'm still wearing sunglasses because it's raining here in Arizona. I know it does rain. It is like 87 degrees. It is muggy. It's horrible. But I just wanted to come on, and I had this kind of aha moment. And when I was talking I had a fantastic team call last night, and we were kind of just sharing about like how we started. And I realized that a lot of my new coaches don't know how I started. And then I thought to realize, maybe you guys don't really know how I started. You guys just see me now. And you're like, oh, like she's got it all together and she's fit and, and she's got her schedule and all that stuff, like supermom and all that junk. No. 3.5 years ago, I was a hot mess. Like, legit hot mess, okay? I was like hating life. Because all of a sudden, and to me, like in the blink of an eye, I was now a stay-at-home mom of 2 kids under 2, both in diapers, super needy. The oldest, my oldest has autism, and then the youngest, kind of like followed along with and just mimicked his older brother, and also had speech delays. So my husband was always busy working. I had multiple businesses, traveling and stuff, so I was home alone a lot. And I was just really miserable, like I went from having a career of my own, teaching for almost 8-9 years, being just busy with that, to nothing. I was like, I demoted myself. I was no longer a teacher. I was a wife and a mom. Not that those aren't fantastic roles to have, but if you are somebody who's used to being a working person, and then you go to not working and you are staying at home and you never get out of the house, or if you do, you have to think ahead of time about nap time schedules, feeding things and stuff like that. It doesn't really become anything about you. So I lost myself, and I gained a lot of the weight back that I had lost after having my second, and so with that, our confidence tanks, our body image tanks, and then if you have no purpose, if you feel like you have no reason, of what you're doing, you're just kind of going in autopilot, it's just a really dark and dreary place to be, and it kind of dragged a lot of other people down, and so a lot of people that I was surrounding myself were a lot of people like that. But then also my marriage was starting to really struggle with about that. Of course, when one person kind of is jealous that the other person gets to go out of the house and enjoy their life, and their life looks amazing, or all of their dreams and their goals are being accomplished, and then you kind of feel like, me, I stopped everything. I gave it all up. I got nothing. And I don't even know what my dreams are anymore. So it was kind of random that I was awake. Not random, but kind of random that I was watching TV at like 3-4 in the morning while I was feeding our youngest son. And who comes on? It's Shaun T. And it was an infomercial for Insanity. And I had heard about Insanity years ago, and I was teaching, and some of the ladies had done it. I thought they were crazy, first off, because of the name. And second, some of the moves, and they'd be walking into work like an old lady needing like a walker. They were in so much pain. I was like, what kind of program is that? Like, just go to the gym. Well, I watched the infomercial, and I was like, oh, I get it now. Like, this man is like awesome. I mean, hello, now you probably can't see this, but I have this massive decal that I need to put on. It says Insanity. It's because I'm an Insanity Live instructor now. But Insanity changed my life. That damn infomercial at 4 in the morning, changed my life. And it sparked it. And so I went and I found a local girl who was a coach, and how can I get this Insanity program, right? And she told me, and I was like, oh my gosh, that is way too expensive. So instead of paying for Insanity, I went ahead and found a friend who had it, and he gave it to me and let me use it. But I was still part of a challenge group, I know, right? So I'm like the worst. I'm like every coach's nightmare. I am my own nightmare as a coach now. I don't, when I hear people, they said they went and bought it off of Amazon, I'm like, oh no. But I did all of the things wrong that I shouldn't have done. But I didn't know. I was trying to save money, and I thought, the program was just the program. I don't need the support. I don't need the shake. I don't need the nutrition plan. I'll figure that shit out by myself. So I did the program. Loved it. Found my life. found like a drive. I'd never been so excited to wake up in the morning and press play to work out and sweat, you know, alongside my children, you know, in the mess of things, having to press pause a million times. And then after Insanity, and I made it through the 60 days, I graduated onto a T25, and that is when I got my first challenge pack. And challenge pack is just a package deal that is discounted, right? When you buy to bundle it, when you bundle it, you save money. That's all that is. It's just our term. So I got T25, and I thought, you know what? I didn't really lose as much weight as I thought, or that I could have, compared to a lot of other people who did Insanity. So let me just try this shake. You know, let's try it. I've tried all the other ones at GNC. It's probably gonna be just like that, and it's not gonna work. What got me was the girl said, hey, as soon as you get that box in the mail with your bag of Shakeology, just go ahead and call customer service and cancel. And I was like, really? I can just call and cancel. They're not gonna they're not gonna hassle me or anything. She's like, no, you can just go ahead, you call and cancel if you really don't want to get another month, or if you already think that it's not gonna work. Just go ahead and do it. What's the worst that'll happen? The worst thing is that you invested in yourself one time, you got a really great program, and you got a really delicious shake. I was like, all right, cool. I did it. I canceled that sucker. I had not even made one shake, and I canceled my Shakeology order because I did not want to get another charge on my credit card because I didn't want my husband to know. Oh my gosh, I turned my heater. No wonder my booty was hot. My heated seats were on. Sorry. So I did. I canceled. But you better believe, before that 30 days was up, guess who was a full believer of Shakeology? Guess who made the big leap to invest in herself and become a coach, and to actually help other moms believe that they can do this, that they can make a side business, they can make some extra money, even if it's just to pay for diapers. They can have their own spending money. They can go pay for their own damn haircut. Right? I did. All because I was a part of a challenge group to see the support and the motivation, and I actually then finally began to believe in this program, this business, this shake. It was just everything. It was so much more than just one product, one get quick fix. Get quick fix? That doesn't make sense. It's a quick fix. That's what I mean to say. And 3.5 years later, Insanity Live instructor, background cast member for Insanity Live round 13. I've been able to meet Shanti a couple times. I've been able to meet the she's in charge of formatting for Insanity. I've met the branding for Insanity, and he's also the one who certified me in Insanity. So it's opened up a lot of doors beyond just me pressing play and sharing with you guys. I've been able to meet a lot of really fantastic, amazing people that just continue to inspire me. So think of it as, if you are ever wanting to try what it is that I do, the worst thing that you could do is invest in yourself and have an amazing experience in our group, have an entire year's access to all of our workout programs, and enjoy a shake for 30 days. That is the worst case scenario. The best case scenario is sky's the limit. You could be making twice as you made as a full-time job, and that's what I do. I make twice as much as I did when I was a full-time teacher. So yeah, you can't pay me to go back to teaching. Not that I didn't love teaching the students, but there does come a point where we all need a little bit more money. We need more time. And I was blessed with this opportunity at the right time, at the right moment, and it just fit because my oldest son now, I homeschool, and we're able to then really provide him a lot more opportunities with therapies, with experiences, outings that we wouldn't be able to if he went to a traditional school from 8 to 3. And his little brother, who I just dropped off at preschool, also gets to reap those benefits as well. Now, when he does go to school next year, full day, yeah, he may not be able to experience as much, but he has been able to now go through a lot more than what a regular 4-year-old has been able to see. And I think that will just make his life a little bit more rich and a little bit more full, and definitely more understanding of other people who have disabilities and who are different. And if I didn't have Beachbody, I wouldn't have been able to do this. these opportunities and these, the schedule just wouldn't have fit. So definitely think about it. You know, when you see my posts and stuff, life is not perfect either. I'm a hot mess. I lose my shit on my kids or my husband. You know, there are days where I definitely get down and depressed and be like, oh, why am I doing this? But there are other days, there are more days where I am loving what I do. That I get more pleasure, more excitement in seeing my team grow and seeing the ladies that I help and their accomplishments over mine. Because that is my purpose now. It is not a purpose of me hitting success. It's seeing others grow and realizing their potential for success, and really just being able to have those dreams come true. So I went from being a nightmare customer to hopefully my coach thinks of me as a beneficial addition to her team, and that my coaches see me as a competent and inspiring leader. So just know, no matter where you are, we're not perfect. We grow and we learn, and we lean in when we need to as far as the leadership roles that we want to have or to become. So no one just plops in at being a successful coach or being, you know, a top earner, or being a background cast member. You know, it takes time and it takes a lot of persistence, and you have to know that, and just you want it bad enough, and you are willing to do whatever it takes. Whether you start from as a nightmare client or whether you start as, you know, just the go-getter, no matter where you are, you all have the same potential. It's just a matter of how much do you want it, and do you believe that you have what it takes. So I believed I had what it took, no matter the fact how I started off as a nightmare of a client, borrowing a program from my friend first before I actually was willing to invest in myself. And sometimes that's what it takes, and that's okay. But know that the investment you're paying is not necessarily the investment for that program. It is for you. When we make a commitment, and especially when it has to do with the dollar amount, it makes it much more real, and you're not going to F it up. You are going to give it your all and prove either that the product is bunk, you want to prove them wrong, or you want to prove to others that you can do it and you can be a success. So there you go, off my little soapbox, but I did start off as a nightmare client, and now I am a diamond coach and growing my team and loving what I do and being a fitness instructor. So I still get to teach. It's just a totally different format, and knowing that I got to and still continue to meet some really fantastic and influential people along the way.